Hey there, Internet Explorers. Ever wonder how websites actually... It's like building a house, but in the digital world. You need an address so people can find you. That's your domain name. And you need a plot of land with a structure on it to hold all your stuff. That's web hosting. Today, we're diving into these two essentials for launching your online presence. Ready to build your digital dream home? Let's get started. Imagine trying to direct someone to your house without an address. Tough, right? In the vast expanse of the internet, your domain name is that address. It's what people type into their browsers to reach your website, like google.com or wikipedia.org. A domain name makes your website memorable and easy to share. Without it, you'd be stuck with a jumble of numbers, like an IP address that nobody could remember. Now, domain names aren't free, but they're generally affordable. Think of it like renting your online address. Prices vary depending on the extension, .com, .org, .net, etc., and the registrar you choose. A .com domain, the most common type, might cost you around $10 to $15 per year. You'll need to renew your domain registration periodically to keep ownership. Think of it as paying your digital rent on time. So, you've got your digital address, but where will your website actually live? This is a crucial question for anyone looking to establish an online presence. Without a proper home, your website can't be accessed by anyone on the internet. That's where web hosting comes in. Web hosting is essentially the service that allows your website to be viewed on the internet. Think of it as renting space on a powerful computer, a server that's connected to the internet 24/7. This server is always on, ensuring your website is available at all times. This server stores all your website's files, images, and code, making them accessible to anyone, anywhere, anytime. It's like having a digital storefront that's open around the clock. There are different types of hosting to suit various needs and budgets, each offering unique features and benefits. From shared hosting, like an apartment building where you share resources with others, to dedicated hosting, which is like owning your own mansion. With dedicated hosting, you have an entire server to yourself, offering more power and flexibility. There's also cloud hosting, which uses multiple servers to balance the load and maximize uptime. This is like having multiple homes, ensuring you always have a place to stay. Choosing the right hosting plan is essential for your website's performance and reliability. Consider your needs, budget, and the level of control you want over your hosting environment. With the right hosting, your website will be well equipped to handle visitors and grow with your business. So make an informed choice and set your website up for success. Section 5. Comparing apples and oranges, domains versus hosting. It's easy to get domain names and web hosting mixed up, but they're distinct services. Understanding the difference is crucial for anyone looking to establish an online presence. A domain name is your website's address, the unique name that people type into their browser to find your site. Think of it as your online street address. On the other hand, web hosting is the actual space where your website lives. It's like the plot of land or the building where your website's files, images, and content are stored. It's like the difference between owning a street address and renting an apartment at that address. You can have a domain name without hosting, but without hosting, your domain name won't have a website to point to. You need both to have a functioning website. The domain name is what people remember and use to navigate to your site, while the hosting is what keeps your site accessible and operational. Your domain name tells visitors where to find you, acting as a signpost in the vast digital landscape, while your web hosting makes sure your site is up and running for them to see. Without reliable hosting, even the best domain name won't help if your site is frequently down or slow to load. So when planning your online presence, remember, a memorable domain name and robust hosting are both essential. Together, they ensure your website is both easy to find and always available. Section 6. Two sides of the same coin. Why you need both. Think of it this way. You could have the coolest house on the block, but without an address, nobody would be able to find it. Similarly, you could have an amazing website, but without a domain name, it would be lost in the vastness of the internet. Having both a domain name and web hosting ensures that your website is accessible, memorable, and ready to welcome visitors. Section 7. Choosing wisely. Domain and hosting selection. Picking the right domain name and web hosting is crucial for your online success. Your domain name is your online identity, and it should reflect your brand effectively. For domain names, aim for something memorable, relevant to your brand, and easy to spell. A good domain name can make your website easier to find and more attractive to visitors. Check for availability across multiple domain extensions like .com, .org, and .net to protect your brand. Securing multiple extensions can prevent others from using a similar domain name. When choosing a web hosting provider, consider factors like reliability, uptime, customer support, security features, and pricing. A reliable hosting provider ensures your website is always accessible to your audience. Do your research and read reviews before making a decision. Reviews can provide insights into the experiences of other users and help you make an informed choice. Remember, the right domain and hosting can set the foundation for your online success. Section 8. Industry leaders. Where to find your domain and host. Thankfully, there are plenty of reputable companies offering domain registration and web hosting services. For domain names, popular registrars include GoDaddy, Namecheap, and Google Domains. For web hosting, you've got options like Bluehost, HostGator, SiteGround, DreamHost, and even giants like Amazon Web Services or AWS. Explore their plans and compare features to find the best fit for your needs. Section 9. Wrapping up. Your website, your way. And there you have it, the basics of domain names and web hosting. Remember, these two elements are the foundation of your online presence. Choose wisely, and you'll be well on your way to building a digital home that's both impressive and easily accessible to the world. Now go forth and conquer the internet. But before you do, ask yourself, what kind of digital home do you want to build?